Let's see if this works. There I am. Hello. Alright, time to do the thing. After specific viewpoint. Over here. What else? There. That should be it. Welcome, all you peoples of the internetingness. I'm Silicusna. Welcome to Umineko When They Cry. Just make sure, yeah, that's everything in order. I think I've got all the areas. Yeah, nothing comes to mind. So yeah, let's play in English. Whoa, gosh! Jeez, I need to turn that down. How the... Can I not freaking... I can only have it at 0 volume or full volume. Oh god. It's so loud. It's so loud in my eardrums. I need to turn it down. Hopefully this isn't super freaking loud for everybody else. Hope not. I mean, I can't really tell. It's kind of... Alright, so... Full screen or windowed mode. Oh, cool. I'm gonna keep it at windowed mode for now, though, because I still gotta read chat sometimes. Normal, okay. Alright. Welcome to Rokenjima. Begin a new game. Suspended games can also be started. Oh god. Oh god. Why is it? It's so loud. It's so loud. Episode 1, Legend of the Golden Witch. Welcome to Rokenjima. The Golden Witch extends her heartfelt greetings. Please, take it easy and relax for the time being. There's no need to think overly hard about any of this. Quietly accept all that is about to happen. That is all that's being asked of you. The difficulty level is standard. You might as well at least start by taking the easy road. Ooh. I really like the, photograph. Cool, who are you? New function, tips mode. In the middle of the game, at any time, a right click with the mouse will open up the tips mode. Here, besides the save and load functions, you can view character profiles and more. Additional information will be added as you progress through the story. Probably a good idea to peek here every once in a while. Where are you? Right click? Okay. So you're a right click guy. Is that it? Alright. This story is very obviously fictional and fantastic in nature. Any resemblance to blah 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 blah. I've read that way too slowly. Whoa! Water paints! This guy. Freaking, doctor. Jesus Christ, yeah. I can see that on the sidebar. That is loud. I can probably turn this down, right? I can turn this down a little. microphone and turn it down. Whoops. You were around. Turn yourself down, please, a little. Just for me. Thanks. Alright. Alright, so, what was he? Bright from Mega Man? It's Dr. Bright plus Dr. Wily. Dr. Wowie.
Again. So, you still haven't overcome your love of alcohol.
I guess we're an alcohol lover then. Cool. Ooh, face smoothed.
The old physician...
Oh wait, no, that's not him speaking. The old physician let out a sigh as he removed the stethoscope. Two elderly men could be seen in the dimly lit study, which was filled with dust and a swickly... Why do I keep wanting to say swickly? Sickly sweet stench. Is the weird, like, watercolor, like, sketchbook kind of background because I'm so freaking drunk? Well, if this is how being drunk feels like, I don't think I want to be drunk. Okay? In the corner of this room, which was much larger than what most people would call a study, was an expensive-looking bed, a man undergoing a medical examination, and the physician conducting it. There was also what appeared to be a servant watching over the whole scene. Oh, this dude looks neat.
That bottle is my friend. It is no less of a friend than you, and it has stood by my side even longer than you have.
As the man bearing his chest for the stethoscope rearranged his clothes. Oh, so we're not the guy who's drunk. He spoke unapologetically.
Kinzo-san, your body only appears to be well thanks to the effects of the medicine. However, if you continue to drink such strong spirits, the treatment will become meaningless. Trust my judgment. Refrain from drinking.
I thank you, though only for the sentiment, my friend. Genji. Another glass. Water it down slightly.
That way Nanjo can save face.
Are you quite sure? This guy's... okay. After eyeing both the master who demanded the alcohol and the family doctor who forbade it, Genji, the old butler, silently gave a slight nod and carried out his master's orders faithfully. The family doctor Nanjo let out a deep sigh once again as he watched the butler busy himself alongside the liquor cabinet. There was a smell filling up the room. This sweet, poisonous aroma felt as though it melted the heart, if not the soul itself. It was the smell of that venomous green drink that the man couldn't bear to part with. Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Nanjo, you are my close friend, and we have known each other for quite a long time. I'm deeply grateful for all that you have done to keep me alive this long. I have done nothing. After all, you never listened to my advice as your physician.
And you never listened when I warned you about a mistaken chess move you're about to make. It seems only fair, does it not? This isn't how people normally converse, but whatever. We're introductioning here. We're doing the introductions. They gotta speak like this, like, ah yes, you were my good friend Bob, and I've known you since childhood. Indeed you have, Samuel. It is a good thing that, blah blah blah, whatever. Master, thank you. I wouldn't die if I ran out of your medicine, but I would if I ran out of this. Disregarding Nanjo, who had his face set in a resigned expression, Kinzo took the glass that Genji was holding out to him. Everybody only has 5 letters in their name. Very few people would associate that venomous color with an alcoholic beverage.
Nanjo, be honest with me.
Oh wait, no, I forgot that Nanjo is the doctor. Nanjo, be honest with me. How much time do I have left?
Well now, how short must I make it to convince you to set the bottle aside?
Nanjo once again let out a sigh of resignation. Then he finally spoke to Kinzo as the latter swirled his glass.
You don't have long.
What precisely do you mean by that?
Let us illustrate it with the chess game here. We love chess in this household.
I hope chess doesn't become like such a recurring theme, because I know like the basics of it, and that's the board and the pieces.
You have very nearly achieved checkmate, but you have not cornered my king.
Nanjo's gaze was directed at a side table with a massive chess piece set placed on top of it. Judging by the positioning of the pieces, the game seems to be entering its final stage. Black's rook and bishop were cutting deeply into enemy lines. White's king had already been castled and cornered, so that even an amateur could see that the match would reach its conclusion before too long. I have no clue what any of this means, nor what the board looks like in this situation. Every time Nanjo came to give a medical examination, both of them would make a few moves. Nanjo was hinting that Kinzo would most likely fall into his eternal sleep before this game could conclude. I'm gonna turn my voice up for a bit. Hello. How's everybody doing here? Hi. It's frickin' talking. These were less the words of a physician than they were the words of an old friend.
Were you a normal patient, I would recommend that you write a will at this point.
And what is a will, Nanjo? I'm like 72 years old and I've never heard of such a thing. I've spent all of my life drinking alcohol, and that's it. Handwritten instructions to the vultures on how to devour and scatter my corpse?
No, not at all. As the word suggests, it is a way for you to record your will for later generations. It is far more than just a means to divide up your inheritance.
Oh. And apart from the division of the inheritance, what might I write of?
You might write of your regrets, or matters you have left unfinished, things you want to pass down to others, merely matters you wish to communicate. Anything you want.
Things I want to pass down to others or matters I wish to communicate? Ridiculous. I, Ushiromiya Kinzo, have not one thing I want to tell or leave behind. That's not 5 letters, that's 10. Ushiromiya. I was born with nothing. I will die with nothing. Except my alcohol. I will die with a lot of alcohol. There is nothing I wish to leave to my foolish children. Even if the end were to come today, even if it were to come right now, I would accept that fate of death without a trace of fear. I created everything. My fortune, the world, I am God, my prestige, everything. Those were built up by me, and they will be lost along with me. There is nothing I wish to leave behind. Nothing. After I'm gone, I care not if it all goes to waste. I desire no tomb, no coffin. Those were the terms of the contract I made with the witch. When I die, everything will be lost. That has been part of the promise since the beginning, and that's why nothing will be left behind. There's nothing I can leave behind. After reaching a furious crescendo, Kinzo suddenly slumped over. His expression was limp and feeble, as though an evil spirit had possessed him, and then left. However, I do have one regret. I didn't get to try every single alcohol in the world. I have nothing to leave behind, but there is one thing I cannot leave undone.
well to write it down. Of course, it would be best if you could finish it before your time comes. However, even if the worst happens, those who come after you will carry it to completion. You must leave behind your regrets so that they can be resolved even if you are unable to do so yourself. That is the purpose of a will.
When Nanjo tried to gently pat Kinzo's shoulder, the dying man flew into a sudden rage and batted away Nanjo's hand.
Where the hell did he get a baseball bat? It's useless. It must be done while I still live. At the moment of my death, my soul will be devoured by the demons of the contract and wiped out of existence. For me, there will be no peace or another world after death. That's why everything must be completed before I go. That's why a will has no meaning for me. And even if I had a chance to write such a thing, if I did have such a chance, I'd want to see it. I want to see it one more time. I want to see Beatrice's smiling face one last time. Oh, Beatrice, why have you resisted me for so long? It's because you drink so much alcohol. I'll return everything you have given me. I'm prepared to lose everything. So please, show me your smile. Just one more time. Beatrice, I beg of you. You must be able to hear my plea. That's the kind of woman you are. I mean, I'm like 50 kilometers away. It'll take me half a day to get to you. I beg of you, show yourself to me. You're here, aren't you? Oh, she's dead. You're standing there, invisible, listening to every word I say. And even now you're mocking me from somewhere in this room, aren't you? Please, appear before me once more and smile. Feel free to scold me, even snatch away my life by your own hands if you desire. I don't want to die alone like this, even though there's 2 other people in the room with me. I cannot let myself die until I've seen your smile just one more time. Beatrice! Beatrice! I offer up this life of mine. Ugh. I offer it up to you. I'm begging you. Beatrice!
And then he died.
Whoa! OVAs! Dead people! Wow!
Oh, that's a painting. I thought it was a dead body. 7th expansion presents Welcome to Rokenjima, When They Cry 3. I thought this was the first. Ooh. I don't know what that says. Girl. Smiling. Guy. He's here. I don't know. And other people. He's here. And his odd glasses mysteriously wipe themselves clean. This girl. A heart that's pumping. Old people. And some other people. And a guy I recognize from the other thing. And they're all over each other. Blood. Wow. People die when they are killed. Oh no, watch out, he's going to kill you. This girl just got blood stabbed. That's not how blood gets there. Welcome to Rokenjima. Here's a picture of a seagull. We love seagulls. Cool. It's Majora's Mask, the first day, October 4th. Oops.
Whoa! Those planes! I don't remember planes looking like that. Whoa! Things sure move with the times. I don't know who's speaking, but this is gonna be their voice no matter who it is. I can't believe we'll be able to make the trip in just 20 minutes.
I couldn't help but scratch my head and marvel at how far things have come in recent years. We used to go by boat. Back then, we were all forced to endure nearly half a day swinging back and forth over the sea before we reached Nijima. Things have gotten so much more convenient these days. Still, I've never been on a plane this small. I've flown in a huge jumbo jet before, but this will be my first experience in such a tiny one. Gonna shake, isn't it? They say smaller boats shake more than big ones, so I guess the same rule probably applies to planes. Just spare me. Oh, it's that guy who had those glasses that mysteriously unclouded themselves. Don't worry, Battler-kun. It shakes much less than that boat did. Oh, is this the guy we're playing as? Yeah, is that you, George Aniki? I've never seen that, what are they called? Again. Like, I've seen Kun and San and Sama. I've never seen Araki. Don't scare me like that. You just shaved 3 years off my life. Anyway, what's shaking got to do with anything? I like how it, like, stops everything so that it can load the next sprite. You don't think I'm actually scared of the plane shaking or maybe falling out of the sky or something, right? Oh, of course not. My mistake. I see you've changed a lot since we last saw you. You're wearing a white tuxedo now. After all, it's been 6 years since then. You're not a kid anymore. Sheesh. And here you are, old enough to smoke and drink. I got no interest in smoking, but I've always wanted to try some booze. I'm going to become that old guy in the intro that dies. Lamau. Well, if you've got your dad's genes, I'll bet you can hold your own when it comes to drinking, right? Well, I usually drink for business rather than pleasure. It's pretty hard to do business in Japan without it. That's exactly right. That's why I never miss a chance to get in some practice. That's no good, Battler-kun. You're still a minor. Don't you know alcohol can stunt the growth of... Never mind. Come on, I'm tall enough already. In fact, it'd be easier to find clothes if I shrunk a little. I puffed my chest out proudly. Until I hit my growth spurt, my height was below average in my class. But then I grew, and before I knew it, I'd passed 180 centimeters, or 5 feet and 11 inches. I guess I have all that muscle training and those shady mail-order performance-enhancing drugs to thank for that. I don't think that doesn't do anything. Before then, I never dreamed that I'd shoot 10 centimeters above George Aniki, who'd reached his peak height early on. Damn. I'll bet my relatives all say, "Look how big you've grown, Battler-chan," or something. Why is my name Battler? It's all so embarrassing. I wish they'd just give me a break. Anyway, my name, Battler. Well, it's pretty... Right when I was saying it. It's pretty damn weird, don't you think? It's because I got battled so hard that when I look around, now it's all weird. Got conked on the head real hard from a bunch of battles. I've got to wonder what my parents were thinking when they named me that. They were probably thinking, yes, let me name you Battler. I've never met anyone who could read it right the first time. I usually get called Sento-kun. Sorry, but that's not even close. My name is written like this. I can't speak Japanese. Can you read it? The first part is my family name, Ushiromiya. Ah, I see. We are going to become the guy who gets dead in the intro. Wow. Exactly what I wanted to know. That's a fairly plausible Japanese pronunciation so far. The problem is my given name. This part is made up of the characters for fight and person, and it's pronounced battler. Put it all together, and you've got Ushiromiya Battler. Pretty crazy, right? It's crazy enough that my parents decided to call me that, but it's even more crazy that some government worker let them make it official. Both groups are at the top of my must-kill. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, no, Battler sounds like a cool name. I'm not sure why you're... Oh, wait, no, yeah, bullying in school. But Jesus Christ. Anyway, this is one of my cousins. His name is... pronounced Ushiromiya George. I feel like George might be a... slightly, mistranslated. I don't know. Joju. Probably something like that. He's 5 years older than me, so he must be turning 23 this year. Since the Ushiromiya cousins consist of 2 boys and 2 girls, I ended up playing with George all the time. And because I've always thought of him as a big brother, I still call him Aniki today. So that's what Aniki... That's what that, I still don't know what it is called. When the Japanese, like, Kun-san, Sama... all that stuff. Aniki. Oh! It's Mario! Woo, Battler-kun! Look how big you've gotten! You know what they say. Leave a boy for 3 days and you'll hardly recognize him. Oh, goodness gracious. It's another person. It must be in his blood. Rudolph wasn't that tall either until his high school years. Perhaps people end up taller if their growth spurt comes late. Nah, it's nothing special. A real man needs to be tough on the tough on the inside too. Exactly. Battler-kun here knows how it works. Real men win or lose based on what they've got on the inside. Can't ever forget to keep up your training and discipline. You gotta do that, wait very alertly for the perfect moment, and strike. Now, I'd never even imagined that I'd become the company president I am today, master of my own domain. Yep, to think I've come this far after starting out penniless and ruined. Yeah, we know. Why do you keep bringing this up? Oh, because it's the intro. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Wait, why did you bring it up before? Well, I was hoping it was the intro then, too. But it's definitely the intro here. I know, I can see the player through the screen. This stout, plump old guy is George Aniki's dad, Uncle Hideyoshi. He's the husband of Dad's older sister. In other words, we're not blood related. He's nice to children, sociable all the time, and even quick to give out some spending money to us kids. Simply put, he's an awesome uncle, and also he's Mario. He speaks in an odd and very noticeable Kansai dialect, but he's actually a natural-born Kanto man. I don't know what Kansai is, but I do know Kanto because freaking Pokemon. Wow. Apparently impressions are everything in the business world, so speaking in a different style than other people is an act that makes him stick out more. However, I hear he gets embarrassed when talking with an earshot of a real Kansai person, so he switches back to standard Japanese. I don't really get it, but he's definitely an interesting person. If only you weren't so quick to brag about your life story. That's enough for now, I think. Oh, so my little joke was actually right. He does just do this. I'm sure Battler's getting tired of it, aren't you? Nope, not at all. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's pretty cool for a man to have some stories he can brag about, even if he says it all the time. I don't have anything like that at all. Nope, not a single story. Oh, really? I'd imagine a man with your looks would leave girls crying left and right. I can't believe you have nothing at all to brag about. What? You're joking, right? Of course nothing weird like that's ever happened to me. Heck, I wish it would. Look, I'm crying right now. Come on, you aren't fooling anyone. You must tell your aunt all about it later. After all, nothing of the sort ever happens to George.
Giggle and ha 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 were read separately. I have one new item in my inventory. Cool. Why now? This is George Aniki's mother, Aunt Ava. She's my dad's older sister. She and Uncle Hideyoshi are a pair of jokers, and they've always teased me back as far as I can remember. This sometimes made them a bit hard to get along with when I was small. Well, I guess the events of the last 30 seconds prove that they can still be hard to get along with. Even so, George Aniki's family is interesting and fun, and they seem to get along just fine, even though they don't have the same hair colors whatsoever. Sheesh. That's pretty much the total opposite of my family. Oh, so... Jesus Christ. Why are her boobs so big? Battler-kun, have you seen Rudolph-san? Why did I give her such a masculine... Battler-kun, have you seen Rudolph-san? Huh? He headed off to the bathroom a while ago. No, he not back? Is he not back yet? Maybe the poor geezer dropped dead. Namu. Okay. Clearly they're directly translating all of the Japanese. This is the greatest translation ever, honestly. Clearly, it's so good. This is such a good translation. Clearly. That's no way to talk about your own father. Still, this isn't the first time he's taken so long in the bathroom. Yeah, the guy's always been that way. Does he really have to take a magazine with him every time he needs to take a dump and then read the whole thing? And what on earth is he doing in there with those particular magazines? Oh, you don't need to worry about that at all. Since we've been together, I haven't let him do that on his own. Ooh, I'll have to get the juicy details later. Sounds like Dad got his balls in an iron grip. You know exactly what would happen with that man if I didn't keep a tight grip, don't you? He'd fall into an acid vat and become the Joker. You're the only one capable of reining in the old bastard. As his son, I'm more than happy to let you take over. Yes, leave it all to me. I'm not going to let him become the Joker. This woman is my father's wife. Her name is Ushiromiya Kiri. As you can probably tell from our conversation, she's not my real mother. She's basically my stepmother. My real mom died 6 years ago, and Kiri-san is the woman Dad married afterwards. It's understandable for someone my age. I can never bring myself to call his new wife Mom. And I doubt she feels like using the word son on this massive kid who's no relation to her at all. We aren't little kids. We know there's nothing to be gained by fighting. So, we decided that we wouldn't force ourselves to pretend that we were family. I've decided to act a bit more frank with her, acting as though she's a friendly neighbor instead. It's much easier if we keep a little distance, instead of forcing ourselves to act all close and making each other uncomfortable. Kiri-san has always been very open about all this, and thanks to that, we've been able to get along pretty well. Then, just when we were bad-mouthing Dad about being in the bathroom, the man himself came back, wiping his hands with a handkerchief. He looks slightly familiar. Battler? Hey, what's up, Dad? Whoa! Ow! Did you just... What the hell did he do? Just pick him up and shake him? Don't pinch my ear, God! I don't think pinching your ear would make the world shake up and down like that, but sure. So, you've been talking trash about me with Mom again, haven't you? What makes it so hard to show a little respect for your father? Ow! Damn it, that hurts! You can stretch my ear all you want, but I'm not gonna be able to fly. That hurts. Come on now, we're in an airport. You're going to fly whether you like it or not. Up, up, down, down, left, right, left, right. BA start. Now say, Father, please forgive me for being so rude.
Like hell I will. Go find yourself some members-only store if you want it that much.
Let go!
Then I disappeared from reality. This old bastard is my dad. I think I'm pretty tall myself, but Dad's just about as tall as I am. It's no surprise Aunt Ava started talking about Dad's blood when she saw my height. By the way, my height isn't the only thing I got from him. I also got his bastard tendencies. It seems having weird names runs in the family. Dad's full name is written... You can't read it, can you? No, I can't. I don't speak Japanese, or... Well, I mean... I could speak Japanese, maybe, but I don't read it. Come on! It's just a language that you've never learned. Anyways, this guy's name is pronounced Rudolph. You must hate Grandfather for giving him that name. Actually, it's a pretty, normal name in English, but I guess it would be kind of weird in Japanese. Still, that's no reason to pass that weird naming tradition on to me. Also, Rudolph is so much easier to pronounce in Japanese than Battler, I guess. As the old bastard twisted my ear all over the place, he's only going to be referred to as Bastard, isn't he? Aunt Ava snuck up behind him and grabbed his ear. Hey, Rudolph, you should know better than to physically abuse your son.
Yeah, that hurts, Anarchy.
This scene perfectly illustrated the relationship between the prankster younger brother and the older sister who could deal out punishment to him despite his size. I think that's good enough for now, Eva-ni-san. I'll make sure to stretch out his other ear later on. Oh, my apologies. I must leave some pulling for you to do, Kiryu-san. Rudolph, make sure Kiryu-san gives you lots and lots of punishment later on, okay?
You're one to talk, Anarchy, abusing your little brother like that. Hideyoshi-ni-san, I'd like to thank you very much for picking her up. If you hadn't been so generous, she'd still be unsold in the store. You have my gratitude and apologies.
What? Who are you calling unsold? That's not even a regular term of speech in English. After taking 2-3 steps back, Aunt Ava unleashed one of her beautiful high-reverse roundhouse kicks, which stopped just a centimeter away from the tip of Dad's nose. After starting out with Tai Chi Chuan for her figure, Aunt Ava then developed an interest in the Chinese martial arts. After that, she went through karate, taekwondo, capoeira, and what is it she's learning now again? Well, anyway, they said she's learning roundhouse. Yeah. Well, anyway, they say a woman's weapons are in her lower body. That's literally true for Eva. Rudolph, did you know that a single direct blow to the side of the head like that would knock you unconscious? Not so long ago, I accidentally connected in a practice match, and my opponent was out cold.
Sheesh. Yare Daze. I'm Jotaro now. I'm so short she can't help walking like a freak.
Dad, completely unfazed, shrugged and smiled ironically at Uncle Hideyoshi.
Wah! Never had a brother or sister myself. So when I see you two bickering with each other, it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Sure, it's nice to have a big family.
You probably should have like a Boston accent, I don't know. I can't do a Boston accent though, so unfortunately, I'm not a voice actor. Get over it. Oh, then why not consider making a little brother for George Coon? He's already a fine adult who's about to go off on his own, so it might be a good time to have another child.
Hey, have a little sympathy for the new kid and all the pain and suffering he'd have to live through. I'm surprised even George Coon turned out as well as he did, after being born from this sinister sister of mine. What an awesome kid he is. He's so much better than my own kid. Oh, stop pinching my ear again! Jeez, I'm not even near you. Please share some of that with our blockhead of a son someday, will you?
That's not at all how it happened. It's thanks to Eva Nasan's proper rearing that George Coon became the kind, gentle kid he is now. Isn't that right, Nasan? Oh, come now. You think so? Our George still has a long way to go. I can't do this voice. Ah, by the way, how's your little Anji-san doing? I heard she was vomiting. Oh, that's right. And I was hoping to finally see her face after such a long time. Is she okay? She often catches a cold when the seasons change. She's very frail. I did want to bring her along, but we decided to have my family look after her this time. I don't know who's speaking here. I think that's a wise move. Doesn't have the funny voice. I think that's a wise move. She'll heal a lot better if she stays away from that venomous head family household. A child's health is always more important than an adult's convenience, don't you think? I know of some great medicine for vomiting colds like that. When we get back home, I'll send some to you right away, so please let her try some. It sure would be great if this had, if the text was a bit smaller, and also had the names of people who were speaking, wouldn't it? Thank you very much, Hideyoshi-san. I'm always in your debt. And once the conversation suddenly veered off in that direction, we kids didn't have any chance of butting in. For now, I'm just happy Aunt Ava gave Dad his just desserts for tugging on my ear. Are we still waiting for that weather report? George Aniki pointed at the counter. The checking weather sign was still stuck next to the departure times of the flight we were scheduled to board. According to Aniki, smaller pieces are more subject to winds and other effects of the weather, and it's not at all uncommon for flights to be delayed because of that. Wait a sec. We are totally sure it's not going to shake, right? From down here on the ground, it just looks cloudy, not windy. Well, I guess it's different up where the planes fly. The weather's a bit uncertain today. Aunt Ava looked at her TV in the lounge. The weather forecast was being broadcast, informing us that a typhoon was approaching the Kanto region. A typhoon again? Guess there's no helping it with the annual family conference being held in October. Couldn't he have chosen a better season? I agree. I always hoped we could have it sometime around the Obon Festival in mid-August. In that case, why don't you suggest that to Father and Isan during the conference? Very funny. Why don't you do it yourself? Our brother would never listen to anything I suggested. No way. It really doesn't bother me that much to have it in October. I was just saying you might want to propose it, since you said you hate typhoons so much. I only said it that typhoons always come around this time of year. You're the one who said you wanted it to move it to the Obon Festival, right? Well, you said it too last year. Did you say that it would be much easier to fit into your schedule if you had it during the Obon Festival? I never said anything like that. I don't like the Obon Festival. Oh, yes you did. I certainly wouldn't forget something like that. I don't know the Obon Festival. No, I didn't. You're the one saying that all the time. Didn't you know? Stopping a kick just a hair's breadth away from impact is a very high-level technique. Sheesh. Women your age shouldn't spread their legs like that. Also, why are you still in this position? We've been talking for 7 minutes. How are you keeping your leg right next to my face like that, woman? Dad and Aunt Ava's argument looked no different from a couple of brats quarreling, except one of them has their leg high up in the air. Even though they usually behave like normal parents, they turn right back into the kids again when they meet their siblings at these family conferences. You're the one who looks like a real adult, analyzing it all calmly. I hope I never turn out like that old bastard. I'd much rather end up as an intellectual adult like you, Aniki. Like me? Oh, I'd still have a long way to go. I still have very little experience out there in the real world, and I need to be And I need to work on becoming more confident and sociable. I think you've far surpassed me on all those counts, Babu-kun. I'm sure you'll outstrip me fast enough when you become an adult. George Aniki scratched his head and laughed, as though trying to hide his embarrassment. Of course, he was just being humble. Aniki entered a university and became an apprentice at Uncle Hideyoshi's company at the same time, studying both academics and how to become a business emperor in parallel. Then, right after graduating, he got into Uncle Hideyoshi's company as his father's slave, piling up a lot of real-life experience as he devoted himself zealously to his work. His great dream is to one day stand on his own and build up his own kingdom. Aniki is a real paragon of a man, sparing no effort as he strives toward his goal. It's no exaggeration to say that I really respect him. And then there's me. I'm nothing at all like Aniki. I'm living my happy-go-lucky, idle high school life to the max. I've got no dreams for the future. I'm saying that with an exclamation point because I'm that excited about it. I'd like to just sit back, stay cool, and let the money flow in. But of course, that can never happen. When Aniki was my age, he had already formed an impressive objective and had started devoting himself towards studying for that goal. So I guess I can't compare at all. My dad just says, "Sure, you can study in my company if you like cleaning toilets." Damn it, I'm not gonna be in the debt of that old bastard. I'll find my way myself. I really like using the word bastard also. If only willpower was all it took to become an adult. Should I go on one of those self-searching journeys that are all the rage these days? Well, it's not like I can mooch off my parents with that kind of money. Right then, Uncle Hideyoshi shouted out loudly. He's a really nice person on the whole, but he does have a problem controlling the volume of his voice. When I looked over, I saw that he was greeting Aunt Rosa, who had come late. Oh ho! If it isn't Rosa-san! Maria-chan, long time no see. Oh! She's a girl! And she has chess. Long time no see. Ooh. Oh wait. Oh, she's... Which... Okay, this one's Rosa, this one's Maria. Chess is Maria, and Franziska von Parma is Rosa. Okay. Maria! Shouldn't that be? It's good to see you again. Greet your uncle properly! Ew, it's so good to see you again. There you go. Well said. How about some candy as a reward? Uh-huh. I mean, he was the one who changed his sprite, so I'm guessing he's saying that. Uh-huh. Where'd I put it? Rosa-san, it's good to see you again. It's good to see you too, Maria-chan. It's been too long, Kiwi-Nisan, Hideyoshi-Nisan. And, oh my, Battler-kun, look how big he's gotten. Ah, come on. It's embarrassing hearing that from every person I meet. Hey, Rosa, you're late. If the plane was on time, you'd barely have made it. I'm sorry. We had some trouble making our train connection. So are we waiting on the weather again? Oh, don't complain. I much prefer the 30-minute plane trip to spending 6 hours bouncing about on a boat. Even if we were kept waiting here for an hour, it's still much faster overall. Maria-chan's gotten huge too. So, how tall are you now? Ew. So, how tall am I now? Maria-chan parroted Uncle... Oh yeah, no, that's right. Parroted Uncle Hideyoshi's question, looking up at her mother. I guess she doesn't remember her own height. She's too busy remembering all the names of those new Bakugan toys. They're so cool. And also as good as chess, I guess, because she also likes chess. She has chess. She's probably right in the middle of a growth spurt, so her height must change every month. Give it a few more years and she'll suddenly start looking feminine. Okay. Kinda weird, but it's Japan. Just how tall were you the last time you got measured? You keep getting bigger and bigger, don't you? Right? Ew. I think she's grown a lot since last year. Let's see. She turned 9 years old this year, didn't she? 9 years old! Ew. That's right. You're 9 years old now. Glad to see you're doing well too, Maria-chan. Up you go. I guess you've gotten a bit too heavy to play airplane with. George Aniki, what a rude thing to say to a lady. Here, I'll do it. Up you go. Ew. When I went to lift her up in Aniki's place, Maria stiffened defensively, staring suspiciously at my face. Ah, that's right. Last time I met Maria was 6 years ago, and she was only 3 years old. Of course she doesn't remember my face. Maria-chan, don't you remember? It's Battler-kun. You used to play together, remember? Ew.
No surprise, I guess. The last time she met Battler, she was only 3. You don't keep memories at that age.
She must know everyone's face apart from mine because she meets them every year. But I haven't had contact with the Ushiromiya family for about 6 years now. So it's no surprise that this 9-year-old girl doesn't have any memories of me. Even I can only just barely remember her being a 3-year-old crybaby. Maria, this is Battler, Oni-chan. Rudolph Nisan's son. Understand? The brother is the son. Huh? Ooh. That ooh sound was probably her brain going into overload at that complicated explanation. I guess the phrasing of that was a bit confusing. Ni or Oni, the title you'd use to refer to an actual older brother, can also be a friendly honorific. That's the term. It's honorifics. Woo! We figured it out, and it only took reading it in the game to figure it out. For a boy who's only a bit older than you, it's just like Ne or One, the word for big sister. Maria-chan, this is Battler-kun. He's your cousin, like me. Like George Oni-chan? Battler? Cousin? Ooh. That's right. That's right, you got it. This part of Anarchy is what makes me really look up to him. For someone who isn't married, he's just great for dealing with kids. I'm sure he'll be an indulgent father in the future. Battler Oni-chan? Maria looked straight at me with a questioning expression, as though asking whether it was okay to call me that.
Yep, that's me, Battler. Nice to meet you, Maria.
Ooh, Battler! Maria, you mustn't talk to him like that. Call him Battler Oni-chan.
That's alright, Rosa. We're in the English translation now. There's no need for Japanese honorifics. Kinda weird speaking like that in English. I don't sweat the small stuff, also because of that stuff I said earlier. Hey Maria, we're close enough that we don't need honorifics, right?
Battler! Ooh, ooh!
That's right, Maria! Ooh, ooh!
And then they fell over and died. We horsed around for a while to make up for the 6-year gap in our friendship. She probably still thinks of me as nothing more than a big new friend, but things will probably work out as we get to know each other again. But I'm surprised. She's just the way I remembered her being 6 years ago. Seems that people just don't change that much after all. I'm a bit happy that she's still the pure, innocent girl I remember. Her name is written like this, I guess. One of those is a funky little cross. Of course, it's pronounced Maria. The third character looks like a cross, which is... Battler is literally me, I guess. Which is pretty cool. Her feelings don't usually show up on her face, so it can be difficult to know just what she's thinking. That's just how she looks on the outside. On the inside, she's just a sweet, normal girl. And then there's Maria's mother, Aunt Rosa. She's my dad's younger sister. Rosa is written like this. Here's a name that's totally not Japanese. Sorry to say it, but her name's almost as ridiculous as Dad's, even though it's really not. I mean, Rosa's probably pretty weird in Japanese, but it's so funny, like, hearing very English names being called weird. Because, yeah, it's weird in Japanese, but it's like, ah yes, Rudolph, Rosa, very normal names. I've got to respect her for not ending up as screwed up as he is. When I think about it, all the names in my family sound foreign. Just, why is grandfather so obsessed with that? Because of him, even we grandchildren have to put up with this weird naming scheme. Weird naming scheme. That's the term. It's even more annoying since grandfather's own name is perfectly normal, except in English. Anyway, there's one thing about Aunt Rosa that's a relief compared to the other family members. She looks like Francisca von Karma. That old bastard and Aunt Ava have this annoying urge to tease and mock people all the time. But even though she shares their blood, Aunt Rosa isn't like that at all. She has the most common sense among all the siblings. Like Uncle Hideyoshi, she's a kind aunt who will always be on the kid's side. However, possibly being she's more strict as a parent, she's not liberal when handing out spending money like Uncle Hideyoshi. Okay, now we have the entire group of family members who are going to board the plane. At that moment, as though it had waited for us all to arrive, an announcement rang out through the lobby. I'm going to drink some water real quick. Water. Our apologies for the delay. Boarding will now commence for Flight 201 to Nijima. We ask that the passengers please form 2 lines in front of the counter, behind the white line. Rosa, you still haven't gone through boarding procedures, right? Hurry up! Oh, no. Maria, come on! Ooh. We had to go through a metal detector before going out on the runway. Our small plane wasn't as massive as an international flight, but it was still a plane. A staff member holding a metal detector checked us all. Once all of us cleared the check, we followed the staff member out onto the runway. Come to think of it, everyone here is in the Ushiromiya family. Even the guy who... even the flight attendant, apparently. It's like this is a reserved charter flight or something. I think it probably is. Our group stopped in front of the entrance to the airplane. Then our guide turned around and spoke, looking down the passenger list as he did. Boarding will now commence. As I call out the names on the passenger list, please take your seats in order, starting from the front row on the right side and going right to left, then on to the next row. I will now begin reading the passenger list. Ushiromiya Hideyoshi-sama. Oh, I'm first. Right here. By the way, do you have some candy, Eva? I've been looking all over for some, but I can't find any. Ushiromiya Eva-sama. They're in my handbag. I'll get one once we're inside the plane. I've heard that candies are a good way to protect your ears from hurting because of variations in atmospheric pressure when landing or taking off. Yeah, I mean, just chewing can do that too. That's probably what they're talking about. Hope I get a window seat. Don't worry. There aren't any other kinds of seats. As George Haneke said, there are apparently only 2 lines of seats. So this is what a small plane is like. We are totally sure it's not going to shake, right? Ushiromiya George-sama! Right here. Don't worry about it, Kun. It won't shake too much. Ushiromiya Butler-sama! Haneke, what do you mean not too much? He can just swim if you fall from a boat. But if a plane crashes, you're screwed, right? We'll all get our own parachutes in our seats. Don't we? Wait, we don't? Ushiromiya Rudolph-sama! Come on, Battler. Stop standing there slack-jawed and get in. Just pushes him in. Ow, Dad! Don't push me! Yeah. We don't get parachutes. Ushiromiya Kiri-sama! Okay, you two, stop fooling around. Let's move on in. Ow, Kiri! Don't push me! This blockhead isn't moving. Ushiromiya Miria-sama! Ew! Let's move on in! Ushiromiya Rosa-sama! Maria, be quiet! Getting that constant plane noise. I hope you guys love it. I know you don't because I'm the only guy here. Oh yeah, I need to... This is your pirate, Kawabata!
We'd like to thank you for taking New Tokyo Aviation Flight 201 today. We estimate that the flight to Nijima Airport will take about 20 minutes. We are receiving reports of atmospheric turbulence. There may be some shaking on the aircraft, so we ask that you do not unfasten your seatbelts after takeoff. Aniki, did that guy just say we needed to wear seatbelts? In a jumbo jet, they let you undo them after takeoff, right? So it's gonna shake so much we can't take them off? Damn it, you tricked me! It is going to shake after all! Where are the parachutes? I knew I should have taken the boat! Legend of the Golden Witch. What the hell is that big thing there, even? Ushiromiya Battler. Ushiromiya George. Ushiromiya Jess. Who's that? Who's Jessica? Ushiromiya Maria. Is that supposed to be Rosa? Ushiromiya Kinzo, Ushiromiya Kraus, we don't know either. Ushiromiya Eva, Ushiromiya Natsuhi, Ushiromiya Hideyoshi, Ushiromiya Rudolph, Ushiromiya Rosa, Ushiromiya Kiri. So we don't know like a couple of those names in there. Cool. More characters. Nanjo Turumasa, Ronoi Genji, Shannon, Kanan, Goda Toshiro, Kumasawa Chiyo. And then nobody else. And then the plane crashed and Battler saw God. God looked like a building for some reason. Should have taken the boat. The boat. Fall! Fall! Maria, that's enough. But what a surprise. I thought there was nothing that could scare Battler-kun. This guy can't handle vehicles for some reason. Always yells about falling and sinking and stuff. You're a disgrace of a man, you are. Shut up. That thing was seriously shaking way too much. I just got a little stressed since it was my first time on a small plane like that. You call that a little stressed? I mean, you were screaming the whole time. We couldn't even hear the shaking because of how loud you were screaming. Sounds like it would be fun to take an overseas vacation with you, Battler-kun. Wouldn't you like to go to Egypt with your aunt? You'd get to ride a plane for a full 14 hours. There's a good plan. Battler-kun, you should go let even Nason toughen you up some. Still, it's so hilarious. Now. Everyone's got their own strong and weak points. It's bad to laugh at them. Dad, you're laughing too. Hey, Maria-chan, you shouldn't laugh anymore. Shouldn't laugh anymore? Ew. Yeah, damn it. Is being scared of planes really such a big deal? Everyone obviously thinks I'm a big oaf now. And now we're in a car. And now we're at boats. We split up and took separate taxis from the airport to the harbor. From there on, we would be taking a boat to the island. The islands are right next to each other, so the distance of the trip wasn't that great. By boat, it was a leisurely 30 minutes to the island. When we reached the pier where the boat to the island was anchored, we saw a figure waving at us. It was another boat. You're a new girl. George Nissan! It's been so frickin' long! It's been so frickin' long! Jessica-chan. It's been a year since I saw you. So this is the Jessica we've heard about. You mean? You've gotten taller again, haven't you? Yeah, don't give me that. It's embarrassing when you say it every year. Hey, Aniki, you've got to be kidding me. Is that really Jessica? Wait a sec. George, is this guy Battler?
We both stared at each other. She definitely didn't look like that in my memories, but I do remember her crazy way of talking. Yo, Jessica! What's this now? You're kidding me, you look like a woman now! What are these, boobs? I've never seen boobs in my life! Even you managed to get a chest. No. God, fuck, stop. This isn't how people should be acting even in Japan. Don't screw around with me. I'm a blushing flower of 18. Of course my hair grew longer and I got these. What, you think I got boobs just to get fondled by you, loser? And speaking of you, sure, you got all ridiculously huge, but did you get a bit stronger too? Don't screw with me. I'll show you how much training I've done since back then. You're pissing me off. I'll beat you at your own game. This headstrong girl's name is She was born under the same unlucky star as me, sharing the same kind of weird name. It's English. Gosh, what a weird thing. I've never heard of this English before. Anyway, Bloobly Bloobly is pronounced Jessica. She's Dad's older brother's daughter. That older brother happens to be the oldest son of the Ushiromio family. So for now, it means Jessica is the direct family heir. Since Jessica and I are the same age and sometimes had little boy-girl squabbles with each other, we've always been used to fighting and joking around together whenever the relatives gather. Jessica grew more quickly, so she always had beat me in terms of size and physical strength. When we scuffled in a contest of strength, it usually went Jessica's way. So even though I realized I'd grown bigger, part of my mind was still convinced that I couldn't beat Jessica. And then I fell into the sea. Whoa! Ah! What are you getting all... What? Oh, that's her speaking. Whoa! What are you getting all serious for? Ow. Hey, this is nothing. Jessica, you've gotten weak. Shut up! I'm a girl, so of course I couldn't beat a guy with physical strength forever, right? Well, you've got a point there. The meat I put on my arms all went to your chest. Looks like it'd be a pretty even test of strength between my arms and your boobs, don't you think? I told you, my arms aren't for you to feel up. Besides, how about you? Did your cute little elephant son get a bit bigger to go with the rest of you? Now we're talking about dicks! I hope you're ready! Stop it, idiot! No, you perv! I'll be ruined for marriage. Don't touch my craw. Shh. Don't say stuff people are gonna misinterpret. Honestly, I was so surprised at how feminine Jessica had become that I had to joke around like an idiot that I did. Well, considering what a bossy brat she was 6 years ago, anyone would be surprised. And I guess she's just as surprised. She probably wasn't expecting to lose to me in a test of strength. After losing that easily, she must be shocked at how much I've grown in this past 6 years. 6 years. Once again, I'm being shown just what a huge gap of time that was. Crap. Total defeat. It's like I'm no match for you anymore. That's not true. Even Bachelor-kun must have his weaknesses. You could kick him in the crotch. Ew. Fall. Cut it out, Maria. Let's keep that a secret, okay? Fall? The hell are you talking about? See, oh. Sorry, but there's no chance you'll see that weakness of mine now. After all, the nightmare plane trip is already over and done with. Only thing left is that nice, quiet splashing of the boat ride. I never thought I'd start loving that piece of junk boat that much. I had a voice and then I didn't for her anymore. George Nissan, is there something wrong with his head? You'll understand soon. Very soon. At the time, I didn't get what Aniki meant by that big smile. Oh no, old woman! My one weakness in voicing. What have we here? Ooh! Butler-san, how big you've grown. Who's it this time? It's an old lady with an apron. Oh, yeah, that takes me back. I remember now. John's playing Deep Rock. That's cool. You remember her, right? It's Kumasawa-san, the servant. I could never forget you, Kumasawa-Ba-chan. After all, you haven't aged a bit these past 6 years. Other than 6 years. If anything, I'd say you're looking younger than ever. Lately, my skin's been getting quite smooth and silky, and it's all thanks to this new aloe vera substance I've been using. Get it today for 15% off. Use code Kumasawa. What the hell are you talking about, Granny? And look, hasn't my chest gotten bigger as well? Why do we keep fucking talking about chests? God damn it! You can have you can be Japanese and not talk about boobs, guys. It's not that hard. How'd you like a little feel? You're kidding, right? I mean, I'm perfectly fine touching one of my relatives, but like relatives' boobs, but I can never touch somebody who's not even related to me's boobs. Oh, I was quite bouncy in my youth, but now they've gotten all shaggy because that's how breasts work. Don't be shy. Follow to your heart's content. Yeah, give me a break. It's girls I'm looking for, not grannies. The jokes I'd cracked about Jessica were being turned against me. Come to think of it, Kumasawa has always been the type to tease people. Kumasawa-san, stop that now. People with one foot in the coffin shouldn't jump around. To sport with the young is the most rejuvenating medicine. That's why I've become a vampire and now drink the blood of youth. I will never age and will only get younger as more blood has been suckled upon. It's rare for you to pick us up, Kumasawa-san. I wonder what's gotten into you. Usually your lumbago kicks in whenever someone gives you a job to do. Giggle, apostrophes. Not apostrophes, that's asterisks. Oh, Eva-sama, you're as harsh as ever, and you're still saying giggle out loud instead of actually giggling. I found myself with some urgent purchases to make, and while I was at it, I thought I'd come welcome you as well. Welcome you all. Although, it does give me a bad impression if the one waiting to greet you is a decrepit old woman. Jeez. Aunt Ava spoke sarcastically, but Kumasawa-Ba-chan's years of experience were nothing to sneeze at. She was more than capable of smoothly and coolly deflecting that comment. Well, it feels bad to say it, but old Kumasawa-Ba-chan may be past her prime as a servant. She might act as though she's in good health, but between the headaches and her lumbago, her body is wearing out. To tell the truth, the very fact that she's still working is impressive. How old is she this year again? 3 billion? She must be pushing 80 at least. It's incredible that she's still able to act so cheerily. You just seem to get more and more lively. Oh, that's right, here you are. It's the tea I told you about before. Look, I bought you some. Please do try it later on. Aunt Rosa took a souvenir bag out from her suitcase. To think that she remembered a promise that she'd apparently made last year and faithfully bought it. This sort of thoughtfulness was just like Aunt Rosa. She wasn't the kind of person who would forget or break a promise. Kumasawa-Ba-chan seemed deeply touched, not only that Aunt Rosa had remembered this year-old promise, but that she would bring a gift to a simple servant like her. This woman is Kumasawa Chiyo-san, or written like blah 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 in Japanese, which is also just Kumasawa Chiyo-san, but it's in a different alphabet, so I must do the funny blah 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 blah.
She's a senior servant who's been working at the Usharmiya head family household for many years. As you'd expect from someone her age, manual labor isn't her strong point, but she's a kind of super servant who can handle just about anything else. From kitchen work to cleaning and laundry, she's going to die, probably. It seems like her only flaw is a tendency to slack off. I hear she tries to get away from heavy or troublesome work by playing up her chronic diseases. In Kumasawa Bak-chan's case, this was probably a sign of craftiness rather than laziness. Though it probably doesn't impress those paying her salary. Ah well, even if she's pretty flaky when it comes to work, I can never dislike her. Guess that's probably because of her cheerfulness and her constant smile. Hey, it's Mario again. Glad to see you're still in fine spirits. How's your back doing then? Even with the medicine, it's not getting one whit better. According to the doctor, nothing can be done for this one. It's what you might call an incurable disease. I'm going to die in 27 days. Anyway, Jessica-chan just keeps getting prettier, which, geez. Good thing she takes after Natsuhi-san. Really? Personally, I don't think we look alike at all. I mean, I don't even want to be like my parents. Because I got zero respect for them. Now, you shouldn't say such things. Giggle. Though, there are quite a few people who don't want to be like their parents in our family. Ah, that's me! You sure as hell better not take after me. Your nose looking like mine already pisses me off. What are you talking about? You're surprisingly alike, you and Father. Come on, you can't be serious. Just how am I like Dad? You're a lot like him, especially in how arrogant and prideful you are. Father's blood is especially strong in you and Nisan. What did you say, Rosa? Oh, absolutely. Cross Nisan and Rudolph Nisan are almost unbelievably like Dad. Alright already. Why am I the only one under fire from the girls? Hideyoshi Nisan, give me a hand, please. My, Rudolph-kun. You're always so popular with the ladies. I'm jealous. Wahahaha. Oh, as usual, you're popular enough to make me jealous. I'm a lesbian. Well then, everyone, shall we head over to the boat? Come now, Maria-san, let's get on the boat together, okay? Get on the boat together. Ooh! Everyone gets on together. Ooh! Hell yeah! This time around, I'm not gonna be scared. I'm used to being shaken by the waves. With that piece of junk fishing boat, I'm less afraid of the shaking than the engine breaking down and the boat drifting off. Oh, yes, Battler-kun, I forgot to tell you. That fishing boat was completely worn out, so it was taken out of commission a few years back. Now we get taken to the island in a different boat. Oh, right. It's Battler's first time in the new boat. It's super comfy. And frickin' fast. It can go at crazy high speeds. Oh. That means less travel time, right? That sounds great. Having to worry about sinking is less scary than being on a plane, but it'd still be awesome to get it over with as quick as possible. Ew! Is Battler going to fall again? That's only on airplanes. Everything's fine now. Yeah, you're going to go sink. Anyway, it's the capital of Pride and Joy, a kind of modded high-speed boat. Seems he's got it pretty souped up. He was bragging about how he attached 4 base high-efficiency propellers to make it break 40 knots, or something like that. He talks about it all the time, so I've sort of memorized the spiel. Yeah, I've got it memorized too, since we hear about it every year. The captain says he's been obsessed with modding ever since he lost a speed contest with a foreign boat ages ago. According to him, that opponent managed to break 30 knots with just a fishing boat. And his thirst for a revenge match got him to build an awesome, all-new, super high modded speedboat. That's not the order the words were in, but I'm saying it anyway. I'm sure you'll just love it, Battler. Super high-speed modded boat? My first thought was that this would be much better than some beat-up boat that might sink at any moment. But for some reason I got this feeling of foreboding. Probably just overthinking it. Battler, maybe you should just swim to the island. Battler-kun, you shouldn't lean over the railing too much. You might fall. Ew, ew. Fall. Damn it. So this was why you were all grinning back there. So this is the super high-speed boat that the captain started modding. Oh yes, that piece of junk fishing boat from 6 years doesn't hold a candle to this guy. Oh, it's shaking. Gonna fall. Ew, gonna fall. If I fall, I'll land in the ocean and drown. Where's the parachute? Where's the boy? Give me a life jacket! Battler, what the heck are you doing that for? Oh wait, no, that's Jessica. Over. Jessica-chan, Maria-chan, it's not nice to tease. Battler-kun, if you're scared, then just don't come out on the deck. I think you'll be able to calm down a bit if you go inside the boat. Oh, that was George. It sure is great being able to not hear a single freaking thing because the music is so loud and also I can't see anybody's portraits. Whoa. That's the no thank you, Anarchy. Shipwreck victims are always the one inside the boat. Oh, whoa, what? Ooh. That's cool. How far can I go? Oh, that's as far as I can go. The survivors are usually those on deck during the accident, so I'm staying right here. But it's shaking. I'm gonna fall. Whoa! Shake, gonna fall. Shake, gonna fall. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Maria, I told you to behave yourself. But, Battler-kun, it looks like you really can't handle it. I'll go tell the captain to slow down for you. Whoa, Aunt Rosa, thank you. I can tell you now that safe, slow driving is definitely the way to go, even on the sea. Don't do that, Rosa. Trials and tribulations are important for young men. Isn't that right, Battler-kun? You'd be able to overcome a little scare like this. Otherwise, you'll never be able to go on to Egypt with your aunt. Oh, that feels evil. See, this is why it's important to have names. Whoa, Aunt Eva, you're so mean. Oh no, I'm gonna fall. Life jacket, parachute. Whoa, I'm just dancing this. What's the enemy aiming for? What? That's what he's aiming for? Too bad. Like hell, I'll be scared. But no, I'm gonna fall. Can you just get out of there so I don't have to listen to how loud the music is? So after I made a huge fool of myself for a while, Aunt Rosa had a talk with the boat captain, and he slowed down to a more manageable speed for me. That's a bit better. Thought I was gonna die earlier. Apparently the max speed I can tolerate is extremely slow. That just now was completely insane. The whole boat was shaking, sliding and leaping on the ocean's surface. It felt like I was riding on the back of a flying fish. Jessica was still guffawing at me as I leaned against the railing, tired and disheartened. I lost in that strength contest earlier, but I'm glad to know I'm no worse off where it really counts. But seriously, damn it. Go ahead and laugh. One of these days I'm gonna find your weakness and get back at you. Then your boobs will be mine to squish. Yeah, sure, good luck with that. Wow. Ew. Battler, all week. Yeah, Battler all week. I want to die on land, not in the ocean or the sky. Oh, don't worry, you're not gonna die in the sky unless it explodes. Maria was patting my back, so I patted her head in return. Her expression was blank as usual, but I realized that she wanted to console me. Battler-kun, the captain's throwing in drinks to make up for this. Would you like one to calm yourself down? George Aniki and Kumasawa-ba-chan brought us all ice-cold cans of soft drinks covered with beads of water.
Judging from Kumasawa-san's big grin, our parents inside the boat were probably all rolling around laughing at my moment of pure terror. Damn it, I'm so embarrassed. I can't bear to face any of them. If I didn't change the subject somehow, I had the feeling I'd be the butt of everyone's jokes for the whole trip, so I tried to think of something harmless to talk about. Hey, Jessica, how are Uncle Kraus and Aunt Natsuhi doing? My old man and Mom? Unfortunately, they are fine. Though every other word out of their mouths is study, which pisses me off. I'm so jealous since it doesn't look like Uncle Hideyoshi or Uncle Rudolph would say stuff like that. Oh no. Before I had my exams, my parents kept pressing me about it over and over. I thought it was annoying then, but now I'm grateful. Ha, I knew it. You really are awesome, Aniki. Anyway, I have to look after myself. No one tells me what to do. Well, it's not like I'd listen to if they did. Butler-san, have you still not returned to your parents' home? Well, I kinda go back now and then. I've got loads of clothes and stuff left at the house I was living in until recently. Ew, Butler has 2 houses? Something like that. Why? Why do you have 2 houses? Ew. Only Maria, who couldn't really grasp the situation, voiced this naive question. However, the others just shot nervous glances at me, choosing not to respond even though they knew the answer. Maria, look, you can see the harbor now. Look over there. Can you see it? Ew! Saw the harbor! Apparently, Jessica was not trying to be nice by changing the subject. Ah well, I'd rather not talk about it if I can help it, but it's uncomfortable to have it treated like some kind of weird taboo. I don't mind it that much myself anymore. I may be a member of the Yoshirimiya family, but the truth is that for these last 6 years, I've been living with my grandparents on my late mother's side, and I've even been using her family name. When those grandparents passed away one after the other, I basically had no choice but to go back and live with the old bastard. Don't get me wrong, I didn't just run away from home or anything like that. The only one at fault here is my dad. I don't really blame Kiri-san. Being able to hold that old bastard's reins and ride him out is no mean feat. Still, the way that old bastard betrayed my mom, well, unfortunately I still haven't fully gotten over that. Ahem. We'll be getting there soon. George Aniki cleared his throat, trying to change the subject. Please forgive my indiscretion. It seems this old woman has said too much already. If I have hurt your feelings... I don't mind it, and no one's feelings are hurt. Don't worry, Kumasawa-ba-chan. Kumasawa-san seemed to regret speaking out of turn, but I was more concerned about being worried over something like that, so I stood up and passed it off lightly. After that, I had a sip of my drink and headed over to Maria and Jessica, who were gazing at the silhouette of the island. Ew! Butler, I saw the island! I'm really gonna have to end stream soon. Doesn't really matter, because nobody's freaking watching me. Ew. Where is it? Oh, I see it now. Even after 6 years, the island hasn't changed a bit. The small island silhouette in front of us had gotten pretty close. This island's name is Rokkenjima. It's a small island around 10 kilometers around, located in the Izu archipelago. Since they call this archipelago the Izu 7, lots of people think there are only 7 islands, but that's not true. There's actually several more, and Rokkenjima is one of the minor islands that doesn't get counted. Even if that weren't the case, I doubt you'd find many people who knew about this island. Only people connected to the Yoshirimiya family ever go there. In other words, outsiders and tourists never have any reason to care about it, so you'll never find this island's name in a travel brochure. After all of Rokkenjima is an estate possessed by the Yoshirimiya family. Only the Yoshirimiya family lives there, and only people connected to the Yoshirimiya family come and go to from there. There's nothing there except a harbor and a mansion. The vast majority of the island is still just uncultivated forest. Such a waste, when it could be made into a nice golf course or something. However, when you realize that the entire coastline is a private beach, it starts to sound pretty magnificent. You've probably guessed by now, but to put it simply, well, the Ushuramiya family is just rolling in dough. The head family apparently possesses a vast fortune, and Dad and the others who make up the branch families have put in plenty of wealth for themselves, finding success in their respective businesses. I've been living a commoner's life in my grandparents' home these 6 years, so I'd completely forgotten. But the old bastard's house really is elegant, and everything about it is tuned to match the snobbish taste of the annoyingly rich. Come to think of it, I guess that makes George, Aniki, Jessica, Maria, and me wealthy high-class gentlemen and ladies. Needless to say, none of us think of ourselves that way at all. I don't see myself as being rich, and George Aniki, who takes self-discipline very seriously, doesn't let himself get too comfortable. Jessica is always complaining that she'd rather move into the city than be rich, and Maria is still a kid who isn't even interested in money at all. Does that attitude really make us any less snobbish? From the perspective of people in poverty who can't pay the bills, we really have been blessed with a lot. This isn't the place to explain any further, so I won't. Anyway, it's the same as not being able to choose the parents you're born from. I didn't ask to be born into a rich family, and I don't think it's really something to be envied. It can be pretty trying when people are prejudiced against you just because you're rich and refuse to judge you by your merits. As I pondered these sentimental thoughts, Maria started shouting and leaned over the railing. I'm gonna end it here because I can't speak any further. And what's all the other stuff? Originally. Oh! Oh god! No! So here's the family tree, it looks like. I'm gonna read all that later, I guess. Goodbye. Stop streaming.